Hello Leo, this is your extended reading. So I'm actually very intrigued with the cards here on the extended because it feels like not a complete departure from the first set of cards, but you know, the point of connection here that I'm seeing, it's only on the last line, which it's signaling to me that whatever it's happening for you, Leo, I feel like there are others, and especially because of the first card, which I'm going to show you right now. It's like the Six of Cups initiating this extended is showing me that whatever is happening here, there is this point of connection that is going to happen in the future with people from the past. So, and as I'm saying that, because I'm being reminded of, you know, this tower that we saw in the first part in one of the scenarios that I talked about, being a place that you feel familiar with, right? Going back to a place that it's part of your family history somehow, or your past lives. It's like perhaps whatever point of connection in the future that is going to happen, it feels very abundant, it feels very prosperous, it feels very beautiful, it's like joyful and just a huge celebration of coming together again, but with people that belonged to your past. And if not from this lifetime, I want to say from, you know, if this is the next place that you're going, or if this is the place that you're leaving, and there are tricky things to get there or to come out of it, it's like there is the sense of a really important, it's like you are picking up things that were left behind or things that were forgotten in your family history. It's like you're investigating your lineage, for instance. It's like, and I want to say it starts close to you, but as I said, it feels very ancient, or feels very old. At least it's like not 2 or 3 generations. It's like this really investigation of 10 generations back, right? And so it's like you are readjusting things. You are doing, it's like your work of investigation of your family history is so powerful that is actually making the connections that were left behind, that were forgotten. You see, it's like, and because of that, it's like you are mending, not yourself. It's like you're mending your past generations, and because of that, you are going to be able to connect again with them. Or, you know, if these are people that are close to you, that belong to your childhood, perhaps, that you haven't seen in a while, right? Because you have been here for a long time. Now that you are, it's like this scavenger hunt in a sense, because, you know, there are dangers to be overcome, but you know, there is something that is really significant, that is familiar to you, that is intriguing to you. And it's like, it's this, it's like the what is the word? When there is like a, you know, when the wires are not connecting properly, but then suddenly it does. It's like, this is the wiring of the heart. This is so amazing. But it's also like family history is coming through. And I feel like because you are doing this work, it's like you're doing the work for all of your ancestors in a sense. So this is so gorgeous, Leo. This is like, I'm actually proud of you in a sense. I'm trying to be careful with the word to, you know, express my sensation of seeing you accomplishing so much, because I feel like you know, sometimes I don't like the word pride, but that's how I'm feeling, actually. So with these 3 cards, this is the part that I'm a little bit not sure yet. So we have the Hierophant, we have the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Swords. So this is where it's a little bit of a departure from the first part, because I feel like this line is showing me, in a sense, your ancestors, or at least people that are, you know, that it's like they are part of who you are today, because they are family, right? If you investigate your lineage, they are there. They have come before you, and they have come, it's like they're coming through with a lot of authority, right? A lot, it's like there is this, it's like perhaps you come from a very traditional family, right? Therefore, you are able to really have all of the data of your lineage, right? And I know this is very specific, but it's coming through as like there are things recorded, perhaps, you know, in the church, right, that you are able to go further and further and further in this investigation of your family line. And because it's coming through with the Queen of Swords, it's like there is a lot of truth that is unveiling now. This is so interesting, because before, as I said, it's like the work that you're doing, it's connecting hearts again. It's like rewiring what was lost, what was forgotten. So, and because it's coming through, you know, initiating with this 6 of Cups, it's like something that was, you know, it's not only something that is logical, or that you can research and you can find things online. In a sense, it's coming through, it's like finding your family line history online. So, but it's not something that you can see with your eyes only, you know, although yes, when I saw this card from the first time, that I opened my eyes and I was, you know, impatiently waiting for it to come out, and I saw it and I laughed, right? So when you see that you are already fulfilling your destiny from the first part, it's like you will see that the work that you have been doing is already really connecting the hearts, really doing this weaving of your history, your family line. It's like you are weaving your family line with your beingness, with this lifetime, right? I'll have to stop just a second. Sorry, I'm back. So Leo, going back to these cards, I believe I was talking about the way that you're weaving hearts by seeing things that were forgotten. And I feel like it's clearly coming through as things that were not seen, or things that were intentionally hidden because of tradition, because of, you know, well, what I'm picking up is because of shame, or because of sets of rules that were, you know, very very traditional, right? And so by doing this investigation, whatever was not seen, or whatever was intentionally forgotten in this family history, is now being seen by you. So this is what is here. And it's interesting because I feel like when you see what was unseen, right, that it's actually also here that we saw in the first part. When you see that you are already fulfilling your destiny, and by doing so you are connecting these hearts again, because things that were forgotten are now being lit by you, right? And here, and so what this critical investigation, perhaps online, of your family line, right, that we saw in these 3 cards, are being followed by these 3, which are connecting to the first part. So we have the Empress, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So this is where I feel like there is this point in, you know, in the future that there is this connection that you're going to make. So it's interesting how here in the first part, these three cards were presenting as two different scenarios, right? You heading towards the Tower or you leaving the Tower. And if it was, you know, the second option, this page, this Knight of Pentacles is like this friend or someone that really cares for you and is really patient, because they see that you are going through something that they have been through, so they can help you. And this is what I'm seeing kind of in a similar, I'm sorry, I'm here. So I was saying that this line here is presenting itself with the message of this future point in your timeline where there is going to be a reconnection, because what I'm seeing with the Empress here is like the opening up of the pinnacle of this pyramid. So it's like, this is your destiny. You were already in your destiny, but there was a place, right, that you had to go or that you had to leave in order to really recall or connect the hearts of things or history or lineage that was forgotten, right? And once you see it, it's like this pinnacle opens up. So this is what I'm seeing with the Empress. It's like it's almost like this lotus flower in a sense, or any flower really that is just, you know, it's interesting how this pyramid, it's now coming through as, you know, the budding of a flower, and when it blooms, it becomes this Empress. And this Eight of Wands, you know, similar to the challenges that we saw with the Eight of Swords from the first part, which was presenting itself as a tricky river to cross, but you being very meticulous, or there is someone there that is very caring and very, it's like they have tricks on their sleeves in a sense to help you cross over, right? And so this is what I'm seeing here, but in a very different way, because now this flower is opening, which is so gorgeous, Leo. What I'm seeing here, instead of a tricky river, it's like a river of flowers. So whatever you're doing, oh, that's it. It's not a river of flowers. This is the bridge. This is the bridge that connects to this one flower. It's like there is this, sorry. So sorry, Leo, but I feel like there is also a meaning in this. As I was saying before it cut, so this Eight of Wands is the shift from the trickiness, from the challenging, from the challenges of the Eight of Swords that we saw in the first part, turning into a river or a bridge of flowers. And it's actually what I'm experiencing now, right, with all of these nuisance around me. So even though there are interruptions, even though there are challenges, it's like when you do dive into this family history in a sense, right, to find whatever is secret or find whatever is not seen or has not been seen for a long time, this sense of familiarity being turned into something that it's like, it's not that you're catching up the tradition, it's just that you're honoring the tradition, or it's at least honoring the family lineage or the family tree that you come from, right? And by doing so, it's like you're weaving the hearts again. And this is so beautiful, because I feel like by doing so, whatever you did before with a lot of thoughtfulness, with a lot of caution, right? It's like you saw that there was danger up ahead, that there were some challenges that were, you know, potentially appearing along your path. So yes, you had to be either very careful or very patiently waiting for the guidance to come to you from this person, at least, you know, that we saw in the second scenario from the first part. So you had to wait for them to send you the signal of where to step, right, to overcome the challenges. But just like it's happening right now, it's like, even though there are a lot of interruptions today, this is such a beautiful energy, such a blooming energy. It's like whatever you were holding inside, right, keeping it for you, it's now opening up, and it's like, it's blooming. It's what I'm seeing with the Empress. It's like, it's helping to build bridges of flower, that you're part of it. You are part of helping this blooming of the flower. And by doing so, whatever you were very cautious about, now you have, it's like now you hold the truth of it because of this Knight of Swords. And so it's like this reconnection with, you know, this Queen of Swords is coming through as past relatives, right? People that are your ancestors. And although it's coming through as, you know, one Queen of Swords, it's like it's just one that is in front, and just like a representative. Oh my God, I can't say that word. You know what I mean, right? She's representing your whole line of ancestors, right? And so when you hold this truth, when you see what was not seen for a long time, it's like now you can move very fast, because here you were taking each step as, you know, very, very carefully, very thoughtfully, very, even with a little bit of fear, right? But with a firm step, but very cautious, right? And here, because we're ending with the Knight of Swords, it's like a path of flowers is what I'm seeing. It's like there is this one flower that is blooming from the place that you left, or from the place that you found the answers that you were seeking, and this three-way of perception of the world, of your questions, right? And here you find it. Here you find this abundant truth, this it's like this truth that you're finding is so rich, is so fulfilling, it's connecting through beauty. This is so gorgeous. And because of that, it's like you hold a piece of your family within you, because you're holding things that were, you know, perhaps kept as a secret for a long time, right? And so now that you hold within you, it's like you are able to take this blossoming nature of yours, right? This beauty that it's just embedded in you and through your history line, that it's like now nothing can hold you back, especially because we have this card at the bottom of the deck, which is you coming to fulfill exactly your destiny, right? With a lot of strength and boldness and courage and bravery and intensity, but also it's like this sovereignty. It's like you are stepping into your sovereignty finally. So after all of that, let's see what the runes have to add as a final guidance for you, Leo. This is so interesting. Okay, so the rune that came through is the Ascendant, but really what I read when I saw it for the first time, when I turned it, was Ancestors. So this has to do with you stepping into your unique personality. Your ascendant is your human shape in a sense, right? Your embodied shape, your form, your 3D form, right? It's the 3D perspective that is here also through who you are in this human form. So embodying your personality, right, with courage, with not being afraid of who you are, right? Very, very sovereign is what I'm seeing here with this Leo card. It's what I was going to say with the Strength card. But with this Ascendant here, it's like by being who you are fully, by accepting that your ego has a really important part in this, right? So it's like, it's not turning down your ego, it's honoring your ego. And by doing so, you're also honoring your ancestors who came before you. And so it's like this stepping into who you are fully, including this part of you that is very human, that is very physical, that is very personified, right? So by doing so, you are honoring your ancestors. This is so gorgeous. I love this message. Leo, I hope this was insightful for you. I apologize for all the interruptions, but just as I did, I just turned it into flowers. So I hope this is a beautiful day for you, this portal day. It may, that it may bring you all this blossoming and blooming of this path of flowers ahead of you. So thank you so much for being here with me. Take care. Bye.